Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to my very first makeup tutorial. This is my first time, not going to be super fancy, just bear with me. So we're going in with eyeshadow primer from Hard Candy all over the lids and underneath the lower lash line to help keep that eyeshadow on all day. Next we're setting that primer with any sort of neutral matte color just so you don't skip lines when you are applying the rest of your shadows. First I am using Makeup Geek's Frappe in the crease, and I am using an M441 brush, which is a little fluffier. This is the transition color that no one's going to see, and you're not trying to be too precise with it, so just trying to get that in the crease there. Next I am using Makeup Geek's Chickadee, and I'm using the Morphe M433 brush. It's a little more dense, it's a little more precise, and just adding that color to give it a nice warm glow on top of the brown there. Next I'm using Makeup Geek's Mango Tango. It's a really nice corally pinky shade. Still using the Morphe M433 brush and keeping that precise in the crease from outer corner to inner corner. And what I do is after I apply each color with that M433, I go back in with a Morphe M441 brush, which is the fluffier brush we first used, and I use that to go over and blend all those colors together so that there's no harsh lines and there's no harsh beginning or ends to the next color. It makes everything combine seamlessly. And that's what I'm doing here. Next I'm using Makeup Geek's Cocoa Bear, and I am putting this into the crease. You definitely want to keep this precise as well. You don't want to go too far up with this. It's going to give you kind of a you got punched in the eye look, or give you a clown face, and that's not the look we're going for, at least not today. So I put that in the crease with the M433 brush and then blend it out. Next I am using the color Bitten by Makeup Geek. It's a very nice burgundy, red, purpley color, and putting that into the crease. Then just go in and blend all that together. I don't think you have to do this between each eyeshadow color, but it's what I do, and I feel like it's what makes my eyeshadows blend and look the best. Next I'm using Makeup Geek's Mocha. It's a nice matte brown mocha color. And I'm putting that in my outer corners to darken them up, and I'm using the Morphe M433 brush for this. This is a very smoky, not super precise look, so I didn't need a more precise brush to put that color on the outer corners. And then of course doing my blending step. Stop recording, damn it. So yeah, still blending. Next I am using Makeup Geek's Grandstand on the lid. It's one of their foiled eyeshadows. It's amazing. It's taupey, pinky, sort of browny. This is my second pan of this stuff. I use it all the time. And I am using a MAC brush, I think it's the 260, to apply this all over my lids. Then I go back in and deepen those corners again with that mocha color, just because putting on the lid color can kind of cover up what you'd already put down. And I want to make sure I still keep that deep contrast between the lid and my outer color. And then of course, blending everything again. Blend, 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 blend. Next, this is Makeup Geek's Corrupt, and I am applying this close to my top lash line using the Sigma E15. I use this when I'm trying to go fast, and it's a lot easier to apply than eyeliner. it's also a lot less harsh than eyeliner. So I do this just to darken up my lash line when I know I won't be using any fake lashes. And it really helps the whole look come together in the end. Next, I am using a Neutrogena makeup wipe just to clean up all of the fallout all over my face. This is why I tend to do my eye makeup first, because there's just always going to be fallout when I do my eye makeup, unless it's really, really simple, which this look is not. And I use it to clean up those outer corners and to make a more precise slant cat eye, if you will. Next, I am putting on my first coat of mascara, and it is the Stila Huge Extreme Lash. Just putting those on the top lashes for now. Next, I am using the Professional Matte Rescue Gel. This is to help you stay matte. I am combo skin, and I am just putting it on my T-zone, my forehead, my nose, and my chin. Next, I am using the Veil Mineral Primer that's oil-free by Hourglass. This is my go-to primer, very lightweight, doesn't clog my pores, great for oily skin. Next, I am using the Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector. I have very deep dark circles, and the salmon color helps to cancel out the blues and the purples underneath my eye. And I also use it on the brown spots that I have on my forehead and other places of my lips. It's either from hormones, sun damage, or both. Next, I am going in with the Makeup Forever HD Concealer. You're going to see me put a ton of this on, and that is only because I'm not putting on any foundation. If I were putting on foundation, I would not be putting this much concealer on, but this is what I do tend to do every day. I find it to be super quick, and this concealer is just amazing for me. Next, I'm taking a damp Real Technique sponge, and I'm going to press that all into the skin, under eyes and all over my face. I, of course, have a beauty blender. The beauty blender is 20 bucks. This Real Technique sponge is about $4.99, and they work just the same for me. So guess which one I decided to stick with. So just pressing that into the skin. I like doing the beauty sponge because it helps the finish look more natural, and it doesn't kick up any dry skin patches that you may have like a brush would. Next, I am using the RCMA No Color powder, and I am applying this to my face with the still damp beauty blender. Putting it to the outer perimeter, my nose and my forehead. I don't put it on my cheeks or my smile lines. I feel that it really ages me, and that's just me personally. Next, I am setting my under eyes with the e.l.f. Under Eye Powder, brightening powder. It's in a Laura Mercier container, but that $3 e.l.f. powder works just as good as the 20-something Laura Mercier powder, so went with that. Next, you're going to see me shape my very, very sad eyebrows. These poor brows had to survive the 90s, and they weren't very thick to begin with. So, sorry, I don't have those nice, pretty brows. And I don't think it's going to happen. Next, I am using the Tarte Amazonian Clay Bronzer in Park Avenue Princess. It says it's waterproof, which is not something, of course, I believe. However, I do think the formula makes it so that it stands up against the oil on my face really well, so that my makeup doesn't eat it, or my face doesn't eat it by the end of the day, and you still see bronzer on my face. And I apply it kind of in the number 3 fashion up on my forehead to, oh, isn't that cute? But I put it on my forehead to try to make it look smaller, because, you know, let's face it, that's a 5 head. Then you put it on, then I put it on my cheeks, and then down the jawline on the same side, so it's kind of a 3 shape. And you don't want to make your whole face look brown, you just want to make it look sun-kissed. And then I put a small amount on each side and under tip of my nose so that my nose does not disappear into the rest of my face. And I bring it down my neck because the bronzer is definitely darker than the rest of my body. And then I go in with this super giant fluffy Morphe E41 brush and use that to blend it out down my neck some more. And now I am taking that flat definer brush from Sigma again, and I am going to take every single color that we used in the crease and the outer corner, and I'm going to pack that on, one on top of the other, with that flat definer brush. So you saw Chickadee, there's Mango Tango. Cocoa Bear. Bitten. Mocha. And then I'm going to take this Morphe E18 brush and I'm going to smoke that out beneath the lash line. Again, this is another blending technique that you want to do. You do not want to leave those harsh lines under there, and you want to make all of those colors blend together. This is a must-do process for me. Next, I'm going to line my bottom waterline with the Urban Decay eyeliner. It's in a very black color, whatever that color is called. This glides on really, really well. It's super, super black. And you're going to find out that black eyeliner is about all I ever use. I really, really like black eyeliner. So next I'm going to tightline my eyes. And this is something that I had to get used to, and it looks super creepy and kind of gross, but this is how I do it. I tried to put my face in the camera, but I should have gotten closer and I should have stayed there longer. I was trying to show you the difference between an eye that is tight lined and an eye that is not. This is another technique that is going to make your lashes just look more full and dark. And then I put on my second coating of that Stila mascara on the top lashes, and then I do add mascara to my bottom lashes. Next, I am going to put on this blush from Tarte. It's the Amazonian Clay blush, and I believe it is in the color Exposed. I'm using this super fluffy angled Morphe brush, and unfortunately there is no number on this, so I can't tell you which number it is. I'm sorry. Next, I am going to use the Mary-Loumanizer from The Balm to highlight the tops of my cheeks, and I am using the Morphe M501 brush for this. I put it at the very tops of my cheeks and my temples. Do not get this in your dark circles or your eye bag area. If you do that, it's going to draw more attention to those dark circles that you just spent the last couple minutes trying to conceal. I don't put it all over my forehead because I get oily enough as it is. Put a little bit on the bridge of your nose if you feel so inclined, and put some on your Cupid's bow, you know, for shininess on the lips. Next, I'm using MAC's Nylon, and I'm using this to highlight my brow bone. This is a Mary Kay flat brush. I'm sorry I don't have a name or a number for it, but any brush, it doesn't have to be super, super special to use a brush that will work for this. For my inner corner, I'm still using the MAC Nylon, and I'm using the Morphe E36 to highlight those inner corners. Next, I am using NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel. This is really cheap, and I think it works really well. So this is what I use to set my eyebrows. Next, I am using the Too Faced Melted Lipstick. This is in the color Child Star, I believe. It's a nice nude, but has a little bit of a pinky undertone, and I don't think it was too pale. And I think it went really well with this eye look. Next, I am using Marc Jacobs Lip Lacquer. This is in the shade Skin Deep. It's still a pink, it's still a brown, bleh, it is still a nude, but it's kind of a brownie nude, and I really love the formula. This is Urban Decay's De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray. I do not leave home without spreading this all over my face. It really helps to set and keep the oil at bay. Next, stealing an idea from Kathleen Lights. Got this fan from Amazon. It looks extra, but I am telling you to dry on that setting spray. Makes it look really good. And this is the final look. Yeah, it's kind of a natural look for some, kind of dramatic for others, but this was a more natural look for me. I appreciate you guys coming to my channel to watch me play. I apologize this wasn't super fancy yet, but hopefully I will get there. And I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope that you guys will come back again to see some more makeup play. Yeah. So, thanks guys.